Recently, I've been wrestling with the idea of how much effort do you have to put in addition to saying prayers or affirmations for something. And in Judaism, this is called hishtadlut versus siata diShmaya, or in English, effort versus grace, or versus God's heavenly assistance. It really depends on the thing you're asking for. For example, when it comes to money, you can have if you pray or you say enough affirmations, then perhaps a check could land in your front door. But when it comes to something like going to the gym, you can say, I have abs, I have abs, I have abs 100,000 times, and it doesn't matter. You're not going to have abs unless you put the work in. So it's always this teeter-totter balance of effort versus relying on God for something. And I really don't have an answer for that. I've always been trying to figure this out. And answers that have been given to me are, it really depends on your level of faith. For people who have high levels of faith, they can go month to month and just live paycheck to paycheck. And while we are told in a capitalistic society that that's a bad thing, some people look at that as praiseworthy, that you trust in God so much that you don't know where your next paycheck's coming from, but you know it's going to come with enough affirmations, enough prayers. But there are certain things where you do need to put that effort in. And when God created us humans, He created us in His image. And one of the things He gave us in that image is free will. The way I see us using that free will is as follows. When you pray or when you're saying affirmations, what happens is the universe, God listens to every prayer you say. God listens to every word. Nothing goes unanswered. Sometimes it's no, sometimes it's not yet. But if it's yes, your response is in the response, and tell me if this is true for you, of an opportunity. An opportunity comes to you. It could be in the place of a person, a place, or a thing. But no matter how much work is done on the opportunity side, even in the case of a check landing in your front door, you still have to pick up the check and deposit it in your bank, right? There's still a balance between the opportunity, but you have to take the opportunity. That's really the critical part. There's a partnership going on between you and God, and you're constantly asking for things or receiving things or changing yourself. And no matter how much you affirm, all you're going to get is an opportunity. So like, let's say I really want $1 million. The opportunity that might come up is a mentor shows up, or my YouTube channel goes viral, or something happens. But if I don't make YouTube videos and I don't continue to post, that opportunity is gone, right? If the mentor comes and I don't tell him I want to work with him, the opportunity is gone. There's a famous story where this person was drowning in the middle of an ocean. And he prays, God, please save me. Please save me. And then a guy comes with a lifeboat. And he says, no, I'm not relying on humans. I want God to directly save me. So he keeps praying, God, please save me. Please save me. And then he notices a buoy, which is right next to him. He can just grab onto it and survive. And he said, no, I'm not trusting this buoy. I want God to save me. He keeps going. He keeps pedaling. He's running out of oxygen. And finally, a helicopter comes out and says, don't worry, we're going to save you. We're going to drop down a ladder. And all you have to do is just grab the ladder and we'll take you out into land. And he says, no, I want God to save me. And he drowns. So this guy dies. He goes up to the heavenly gates and he starts asking them, what happened? I was praying. Why weren't my prayers answered? And then the angels respond, what do you mean? We sent you the lifeboat. We sent you the buoy. And we even sent you a helicopter. All you had to do was just grab on and latch on. What's the lesson of the story? Is that when we pray for something, when we affirm, we still have to take action, even if it's a small amount. Now, I've had people in my life argue with me on this. There really are things that you don't have to take much action. If you have enough faith, then you can, not only will the check land in your front door, but it can land on your lap. But even with that, there's still some sort of action happening on your end. And like I said, I've been wrestling with this. This is as hard as the topic of free will. Just trying to understand what's our role to play in this universe, in this world, versus what's God's role in terms of our relationship with Him. So I see it as there's this infinite flow. And we just have to ask for what we want. There's a saying, ask and you shall receive. But you have to ask. Prayer, by the way, is a form of hishtadlut. It's a form of effort, right? It's a give and a take. And I wanted to make this video kind of to start the conversation, but I am so curious to hear what your thoughts are in the comments below. So definitely let me know. Side note, if you haven't joined the Affirmations for Our Soul community, please join. It's growing super fast, and we're going to be releasing our next challenge soon. You definitely want to be a part of it if you're not there yet. And with that, I hope you have the most amazing day possible, and see you in the next one.